Okay, so this is going to be your naming ionic and covalent compounds worksheet and practice problems. So, first of all, zinc has a +2 charge. Okay, S is sulfide. It has a -2 charge. They're equal and opposite charges, so there was no crisscross going on. So we just named this zinc sulfide. Okay, remember, zinc is on our periodic table, and we said it always has a +2 charge. Even though it's in the transition metals, it always has a +2 charge. Okay, Mg is magnesium. It has a +2 charge. ClO2 is chlorite. It has a -1 charge. The 2 goes down here, the 1 goes there. So this is just magnesium chlorite. Okay. Ca is calcium. Calcium always has a +2 charge. OH is hydroxide. Okay, the 2 crisscrossed there. The 1 went down there. So this is just calcium hydroxide. Okay, K is potassium. It has a +1 charge. MnO4 is something called permanganate. We haven't seen that one yet. Let's make sure it's on here. MnO4 with a -1 charge is permanganate. Okay, so this is going to be potassium permanganate. Okay, next one. P2O3. So P is to the right of the zigzag line, so we're going to have to use our non-metal rules using our prefixes. So this is going to be diphosphorus, trioxide. Okay, Ag is silver. Silver has a +1 charge. PO4 is phosphate. It has a -3 charge. So when we go to crisscross, the 1 went down here, the 3 went here. Okay, we didn't use parentheses because we're crisscrossing a 1 to a polyatomic ion. So this is silver phosphate. Okay, another reminder, silver always has a +1 charge. Okay, we wrote that in there. Always has a +1 charge. Okay, Na is sodium. It has a +1 charge. BO3 is borate. Okay, borate is down at the bottom of your ion chart. It has a -3 charge. Okay, so we crisscrossed. That's where that went. So this is just sodium borate. Okay, CO is cobalt. Okay, so cobalt is one of those ones that we highlighted in our transition metals right here. Okay, so we're gonna have to determine what the charge is gonna be. Sulfur sulfide always has a -2 charge. So there's no crisscross going on right here, so this has to be +2. So this is gonna be cobalt, Roman numeral 2, sulfide. Okay, next one. Ca is calcium with a +2 charge. Oxygen, oxide, is O with a -2 charge. They're equal and opposite, so there wasn't any sort of crisscrossing going on. This is calcium oxide. Okay, number 10, nickel. Nickel is one of the ones that are transition metals over here. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out what the charge is gonna be and use Roman numerals. Nitrate is NO3. It always has a -1 charge. So 2 times a -1 is a -2. So to get to 0, it has to be a +2. This makes sense if we were to reverse the crisscross. That's what we would get. Okay, so this is nickel, Roman numeral 2, nitrate. Okay, next one. Sr is strontium. Strontium always has a +2 charge. NH2 is amide. Down here it has a -1 charge. So this is strontium amide. Like that. Okay, zinc. Zinc always has a +2 charge, even though it's a transition metal. We already pointed that out. IO3. Okay, IO3 is iodate with a -1 charge. So zinc, iodate. And that's how we name that. Okay, onto the back page. CS2. Okay, so carbon is to the right of the zigzag line. Okay, so we're going to use our prefix rules or non-metal rules. So this is going to be carbon. Prefix for 2 is di, so it's disulfide. Okay, Mn is manganese. Okay, so we'll go to our periodic table. Manganese is right here, so it's going to have Roman numerals. ClO is hypochlorite. Hypochlorite has a -1 charge. So 3 times a -1 is a -3. Okay, so to get to 0, you add 3. And this makes sense because if I was to reverse the crisscross right here, this would be a +3 charge. So this is manganese, Roman numeral 3, hypochlorite. Next one, NH4 is ammonium. It has a +1 charge. Hydroxide is OH with a -1 charge. So this is going to be ammonium hydroxide. Okay, Be is beryllium. Beryllium is in group 2, so it has a +2 charge. Let me make sure that is beryllium on your thing. Yep, it's on your thing. Okay, SO3 is sulfite. It has a -2 charge. They're equal and opposite charges. There wasn't any sort of crisscross going on. So this is just beryllium. Beryllium. Did I spell that right? No, there's no I in there, sorry. Beryllium sulfite. I don't use beryllium that much, so I didn't spell it right. Okay, potassium is K. It has a +1 charge. Cl is chloride. It has a -1 charge. So this is just potassium chloride. Okay. Li2O. Li is lithium with a +1 charge. Oxygen or oxide is a -2 charge. So this 2 went down here, the 1 went over here for your crisscross. So this is just lithium oxide. Okay, number 19. Al is aluminum. It has a +3 charge. H2PO4. So H2PO4 is dihydrogen phosphate. Okay, and it has a -1 charge. So this is aluminum dihydrogen phosphate. Okay. Calcium is Ca with a +2 charge. Hydrogen, when it acts as a negative ion. Okay, so if it acts as a negative ion, it's called hydride. Okay, it has a -1 charge. So crisscross, that's where those numbers went. This is just calcium hydride. Okay, Rb is rubidium. Okay, rubidium has a +1 charge. S2O3 is thiosulfate. Okay, it's got a -2 charge. So this is rubidium thiosulfate. Okay, Ag is silver with a +1 charge. S2O3 is thiosulfate. It has a -2 charge. So when we crisscross, the 1 went over here, the 2 went here. We didn't need parentheses because we're crisscrossing a 1. So this is silver thiosulfate. NaHCO3. So Na has a +1 charge. HCO3 has a -1 charge. Okay, so Na is going to be sodium. HCO3 is bicarbonate. I feel like we already did that problem. The other worksheet, and that's fine. Or you can name this sodium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, either ion works. Next one, iron is Fe. PO3 is phosphite. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out what the charge is for iron. So I'm gonna reverse the crisscross. I'm gonna bring the 2 up here. Okay, if you wanted to do it the math way, so let's act like we didn't write that. 2 times -3 is a -6. -6 divided by 3 is a -2. So to balance that out, it has to be a +2. Okay, or you can just reverse the crisscross. It's easier that way. This is going to be iron, Roman numeral 2, phosphite. Okay, and remember that iron is one of the ones that we highlighted right here. Okay, so it's going to have Roman numerals. And HgNCS parentheses 2. Okay, Hg is mercury. It's a transition metal. Okay, so it's going to have multiple charges. NCS, we haven't used this one. Okay, so NCS is thiocyanate. Okay, it has a -1 charge. Okay, so 2 times a -1 is a -2. So to even it out, this has to be a +2 charge. Or we can just reverse the crisscross. So this is mercury, Roman numeral 2. What did we say it was? Thiocyanate? Sorry, I'm just making sure I spelled it right. Okay, so that is how we name ionic and covalent compounds. In the next lesson, we're going to learn how to name acids. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And hopefully you have a good day. Thanks.